We're going to tie a gold rib hare's ear. This is a really good mayfly imitation. You can tie it in many different colors. And then I'm going to tie it with just the natural color. I'm going to use brown thread. I'm just going to tie it on right here at the eye. Okay, first thing you need to do is get some gold wire. This is UTC small gold. We're going to tie that in right at the eye. I'm going to wrap that all the way back past the bend of the hook. And then we're going to tie in the tail. The tail is going to be a hen back. And what we're going to do is take one feather like this. And we're going to strip off all the fluffy stuff from it. Just grab it and pull it down and then it goes away. So the feather's going to look like this. We're going to pull these straight out. We want to grab a pretty fair amount of these fibers. But if you pull them straight out, they'll kind of look like that. We're going to grab them, cut them off, and this is going to become the tail. And take it in our hand and place it right where we want it, just a small tail, not a very big one. We're going to just tie it in right there at the end. 2 wraps. That's good. Now I'm not going to cut anything off. I'm going to go loose, tight, and I'm going to wrap this loose, tight all the way up. So as I'm going over the material, it's loose, and then I tighten it after I get past it. That way it locks it straight down on it. It's just because we need to build some bulk, so there's no need to just cut it off, because it'll just take less dubbing. At this point, we're going to dub this fly, and what we're going to use is a rabbit face mask. And what you do is you just cut off a little bit of this hair and you smooch it in your hands, rub it back and forth. I've already cut some off and kind of done that, so I already have a bunch of it ready to go. What we're going to do is dub this in a taper, if we can. Try to get a taper. It's going to have some guard hairs in it, which is good because it's going to be a very buggy looking fly. And again, we want to go up to that 2/3 mark on the fly. That will give us the good place to tie the thorax. These are going to just kind of go right next to each other, and you can see just a very fine taper on it as we build up to this 2/3 mark, which is right about there. Okay, now from here we are going to wrap this wire as our ribbing. So you're going to want to palmer it right on through here, just one wrap next to each other. This is going to give this fly a little durability. It's going to give it some segmentation, maybe a little bit of sparkle here and there. And then we're going to go tie it off right here. Again, we're going to use the helicopter method and break that off. The next thing we need to do is tie in a wing casing. We're going to use a turkey quill. And you just need to cut off, a bunch of fibers and that off in this quill. And it should look like this. And as you can see, it's got a curve to it. So we're going to make it so it curves up. Make sure you tie it in so that you have enough to overlap everything. Again, soft turn and then a couple hard turns. This time we are going to cut this off. Okay, it's back to the face mask or the rabbit dubbing. You can buy natural rabbit dubbing and instead of the face mask, but I like it off the face mask because you get a little variety every once in a while. It goes from dark to light and such. Plus you get to determine how many guard hairs you really want to have in your fly. And we're going to just wrap this. Remember, the thorax is a lot thicker than the abdomen, so we're going to kind of make sure that we have a pretty healthy looking thorax here. Alright, got the thorax in. Now we're going to take the wing casing, the turkey, straight up over the top, and with just hold it there with 2 little wraps, we're going to lock it in. We can cut this all off at this point, and we can whip finish. Okay, now from a tying perspective, the fly is done. What we're going to do is take a piece of Velcro and we're going to just kind of tab it, touch it back and forth a little bit, and that what you're going to get is these thorax guard hairs to come out a little bit. And what that's going to do is create legs. And that's the Gold Ribbed Hares Ear.